Welcome to Phillip Island. Today we reminisce about Fabio Quartararo's victory 2 years ago in the Saxon Ring. And that poses a question. Can Fabio Quartararo win again in MotoGP? Can we see scenes like this once more, but this time in Australia? Ladies and gentlemen, let's find out. So here we go then, from the back of the grid, Fabio Quartararo from 22nd position. Let's see what we can do in Australia. So not a bad start. It's going to be difficult to try and get around the outside of many of these riders here, but I think if we have a good enough start, we can contend with the likes of Bagnaia and Jorge Martin, and already they're up to the top 3 positions. It's actually Maverick Vinales who got the whole shot as we get really close to the rear tyre of Frankie Morbidelli there, practically rubbing on the back of his Michelin rear tyre. We now try and use that little bit of power on board the Yamaha to get through on Jack Miller in his home GP, which we have done so far. And now on the brakes, sneaking through on quite a few riders there. Look at that, already up to 9th place already, from 11th in that corner prior. Found 2 positions, puts us in 9th. Excellent start for Quartararo. Beautiful start, as a matter of fact. We have Marco Bezzecchi now in front of us. Can I go for a lunge on the right hand side? You see him do it all the time on the television, but it's not so easy to do. Oh, okay. Excellent start, but unfortunately has just made a little bit of a mistake there. I never seem to get that overtake right. Just really wanted it, but unfortunately didn't have the talent to make it stick. I think I could have got it done if I just braked a little bit harder. Just didn't quite have the confidence to slam on the anchors in that right-hander. Nonetheless, we live and learn, but I'm glad we tried it nonetheless. Right then, now at the left-hand side, this is the final corner here in Phillip Island. Ride height device used for the YZR-M1 Yamaha. And with a lot of speed, well, a lot more speed than I anticipated actually, got right onto the back of Alex Marquez. Might actually be able to get through here on the Alpine Stars rider. Can we go around the outside? Oh, we're setting this up beautifully. This is the quarter speed of the Yamaha that is, of course, synonymous with the blue brand. Still not able to get through though. Here we go. Yep, we made it stick. Oh, Marco Bezzecchi was slow in the corner there as well. Alex Marquez has been given a track limit warning somewhere. You see it's popped up on the left-hand side of your screen. So 20 laps here in Australia. We are now back into the top 10, back in the top 8. Binder ahead of us. A lot of KTMs in front actually. We've got Acosta as well in there, on board the RC16 Gas. Oh, Binder made a small mistake. I know the AI in this corner can be a little bit strange. They do tend to make a few errors along the way. Here comes Binder. He's actually giving me the space here. Thank you to Brad Binder. We're now through. So a quick recap or quick look at things then. Bagnaia is leading. Oh, Taka! Taka's gone down, ladies and gentlemen. That makes me a disappointed doctor. That's disappointing. I was hoping for a good race for Taka. It didn't come today. The last time he had a good race was when we controlled him in Motegi in the Thank You Taka video. Ooh, around the outside of Brad Binder, but let's take stock of the riders then. Bagnaia is leading the way. I don't know how big the gap is to Maverick Vinales. We're not privy to that information at the moment. But what I can tell you is he's about 3 seconds ahead of us. We're down in 7th. Now we might have the speed to catch up here, but it's the maintaining that speed as we make tons of overtakes as we go for a very long way back there on Acosta. Didn't think that was going to stick. Usually the AI would start closing the door in there, but thankfully Acosta was too smart for that. He left the door open, allowed the Frenchman through, and now we can commence our attack once again. So no time loss there at all. Actually gain time on Bagnaia. That's a really good start here on lap 3. There, Bastianini, Marc Marquez, the battle for 3rd place rages on in the championship in real life, and now we're trying to make it stick. Oh, I hate it when you just bump the back of a rider in front of you. We got through on Bastianini, no problem. But that slight contact with Marc Marquez might yield a warning. MotoGP stewards have been quiet so far on the right-hand side of the screen. Has it glitched? I don't think it is still happening. I don't know if it's glitched at all, but across the line. Whoa! Fastest man on track. a 126.178 as we go the long way round. The 8 times world champion, Quartararo begaps Marquez in turn 1. That was beautiful into the Doohan corner, now into the southern loop. We are finding time. We've already took half a second away from Pecco Bagnaia. So if this continues as it is, we should be catching him up from probably around lap 6 or 7 possibly. Got a little bit too late up on the brakes there. Oh, just absolutely muscling Jorge Martin out of the way. I gotta confess, I expected this one to be a little bit more tougher than this so far. The 120% difficulty artificial intelligence are giving me a bit of a run for my money, but not enough. I think a lot of it comes down to here into Lukey Heights. How much time do we gain on Bagnaia just for that small error? Around a tenth of a second. Maverick Vinales with no difficulties. And we're through once again. We are now up to second place. Now, my original idea for this video was to be, of course, just get a podium with Fabio Quartararo. It's been so long since we've seen Fabio on the rostrum. But today, I have different plans. Bring the Yamaha, bring Fabio Quartararo back to winning ways. It can be done. We've seen a Frenchman win. Oh! Why on earth did the bike bounce like that then into the curb? I took liberties there, and to be honest, in this game you kind of have to take liberties on those curbs. A little bit too much liberties in turn 1 as a matter of fact, but if you watch the esport players, if you watch this video, you'll know that we do take a lot of curb in this game. It does help you really navigate some of the tighter apexes. Of course, the AI doesn't do that. That's where we find the advantage and the benefit. They're into Siberia corner. The gap to Pecco is now 1.9. This does have the hallmarks of it being one of those Pecco shows where he just dominates the race. And we have to just continuously push and pull against the potential 3-time MotoGP world champion. He actually got a lot of time away from Pecco there into Lukey Heights. Now into the MG corner for turn 10. 1.5, 1.6 is the gap. Perhaps not. Perhaps this will not be the Pecco domination show. If we get another lap time into that lower 126s, I don't see why we can't catch him by around lap 7 or 8. Gap across the line 1.7. Across the line we do not improve our lap times. And again we bump on bounce onto that curb into the Doohan corner. A little bit scary, but I think I'm okay to continue to do that. I don't think the game will kick me off. Well, at least I hope not. Dicing with death with Fabio Quartararo in the early stages of the Australian GP. Of course, guys, if you are enjoying the video, don't forget to like and subscribe as we dive onto the brakes into the Miller corner. Formerly the Honda corner. Now power on to turn 5. We are closing. That's another 0.2 of a second away from getting closer to the rear tyre of the factory Ducati rider. 0.5 of a second we're up by on the Delta, which is more significant because that means we're consistently travelling quicker than Bagnaia. I think he's doing mid-126s. It's only a matter of time now. Now, you break the resolve of the rider when you have that second advantage to the rider in the second position, that runner-up spot. But when you're the hunter and you get that gap from 3 seconds, 2 seconds and above down to 1 second, that completely reverses, and that's exactly what we're trying to do now with the maximum difficulty AI in this game. Across the line, we improve the lap time again. Look at those runs at lap times, ladies and gentlemen. 126.1, 126.2, 126.2 and 126.1. A difference of no more than less than 1/10 of a second. That is superb consistency. Can we keep it up? What a great suggestion for one of our aces, one of our viewers, about trying to win with Fabio Quartararo right here in Australia. Hard onto the brakes again, into the Miller corner. We're finding so much time on the brakes. This is not what the Yamaha's known for. This is not usually why I'm a fan of riding with the Yamaha in this game. trying to take advantage of the corner speed, that aggressive acceleration with the rear tyre and the lack of grip. Doesn't really suit me well, but here in Australia, it is working like a charm. We might actually get that 125 lap time. I think I've done it before, and I know I can do it again. The gap, for the first time, is now less than a second. It's less than 0.8 of a second. Bagnaia fans, close your eyes, because we're charging. The Frenchman is on a roll, so am I, and we are going to find more time. Caught the curve a little bit, but across the line we should still get the very first 125 lap time. The 125.982. This charge, this onslaught continues. Lap records getting demolished left, right and centre. Oh, Bagnaia has had to have a look behind him. He knows it's coming. Nothing he can do about it now. The only man who can beat us right now is us ourselves, I think. Closing in all the time. He has actually responded into that first split. Either that or I've just let off the power a little bit. Maverick Vinales is now 4.4 seconds behind us. It's a class of our own right now. Oh, really close to the apex. That is a simple, easy crash to make right there. Oh, Bagnaia touched the curb. Pecco's lead is unfolding. He's quite gentle into turn 10 as well. A little bit too calm. You know, if you're getting chased down this much, I think you're going to have to take a few risks here and there. Pecco obviously not prepared to do it. But he did lose a lot of time into the MG corner. He does have the benefit of the straight. And to tell you, actually, Pecco kept the advantage there. 0.7 of a second we went across the line to start lap 8. And as we ended lap 8, it was still the exact same. Yeah, that gap to Maverick is just, wow, that is unbelievable, isn't it? I have a feeling that Vinales could be holding up the Pramac Ducati and the factory Ducati rider Venea Bastianini. So we'll see how that battle unfolds, but I suspect that third place on the rostrum will change as this race progresses. 0.3 of a second it was as we went into the Miller corner. On the 9th time of asking, the gap is plummeting. If Pecco makes a mistake into the Loopy Heights corner, we're going to go for it. And I think that's where we take that lead and never look back. Into the left-hander. Does Pecco make that mistake? He doesn't. He was clean. He was crystal clean. Nicely done from Pecco, but onto the brakes. He's a bit wide. Opportunity coming here. We're through. Kind of. Yeah, we got it done. Job well done. What a lap time. Oh, in fact, he's coming back. Pecco on the inside. The factory Ducati not giving up here on lap 9. Oh, look at the power, though. A little bit unrealistic. I mean, the Yamaha is kind of keeping up with the Ducati here on the straight, but it's not enough. Defend against Ducati. Oh, a bit of a nudge there into Pecco. We have the lead. Wasn't quite expecting Pecco to fight back here. Oh, he's got back up the inside again. This is real life Pecco. Pass or be passed with Pecco Bagnaia. It's one thing I absolutely adore about Pecco Bagnaia. He doesn't usually like getting overtaken. Oh, and he's trying to fight and fend us off into the Miller corner. Fair play to Pecco. This is a good... Oh, a bit of more contact there into the left-hander. Oh my god, he's stuck on my rear tyre. He's took us down. Oh, Bagnaia. Oh, Vinales has gone now. The exact same corner. Well, it's as you were then, ladies and gentlemen. I know Pecco just took us both out into Siberia. But as quick as that crash happened, as quick as we're both back on our bikes and continuing the fight. I was not expecting that. Now, I will tell you, I mean, I kind of instigated that because I did bump him. But it looks like Bagnaia gets the warning. I was kind of hoping he would get a long lap penalty and I could do one with him. I mean, I did kind of instigate that. I'll tell you what, for anyone who might be thinking that was my fault, let's get a long lap penalty done and go for it again. And then continue this battle, because to be honest, I don't want to just disappear from Bagnaia, because that was really fun. But I think we have the legs now to disappear from him. So yeah, I am going to tempt fate here. I know this is a challenge video, and I know the challenge is only to win with Fabio Quartararo, but I fancy making it a little bit more challenging, so why not? Let's do a long lap penalty. It's not very long here in Phillip Island anyway. How much time will we lose? See, we lost the position to Bagnaia. That's really not that bad. Oh my god, there's that Bastianini behind us. And here Bastianini was there, actually. In fact, Bastianini's getting involved here. Excuse me, Anea. I'm doing a video. Ooh, I really spanned the rear tyre up on the Yamaha there. Anea does not care for the video, it seems. And he almost hit me then. Just managed to brave it around the outside into turn 9. This, of course, the iconic turn 10, that's an MG corner. Now, I've mentioned this in quite a few videos in the past, but just have a look at turn 10s in Grand Prix calendars. Have a look at the tracks and see what turn 10 is usually looking like. It's always a difficult corner. And turn 10 here in Australia does not end that trend. It continues being a very difficult, challenging corner. So with the long lap penalty, we lost bang on 2 seconds. Even though we didn't need to take it, the battle is going to commence again. So one thing you will get on this channel is entertainment and challenges. That's exactly what I'm bringing you here today, so I sincerely hope you are enjoying. Don't forget, hit the subscribe button, and for those who are watching on PC, the subscribe button lights up every time I say it. How cool is that? But anyway, back to the action. Bagnaia is half a second ahead of us. But I do wonder, after that crash, does either rider have damage? Now, I'll be completely honest, I don't feel a difference at all with the Yamaha right now, so I don't think we even lost any aero. Bagnaia, maybe. He is not as fast as he once was. These lap times are straight back into the lower echelon of the 127s. Well, excuse me, 126s, should I say. And here it comes, turn 10. Yeah, Bagnaia has opened the door. He might actually send it for the inside here. He has. But I should be able to have that nice, wide, sweeping line with the Yamaha. Trying to pop at him again. Yeah, it's lining. This is it. This is the moment. Ooh. Even with the slipstream and the nice corner exit speed, we cannot close the gap down to Bagnaia. Multiple world champion is now in defence mode, but he cannot stop the tight turning circle of the YZR M1 Yamaha. One thing this bike does more than the others though is wheel spin. All that rear power getting pushed into the back tyre of the Yamaha. And again, Bagnaia is not letting us through. Please, let's not have a replication of what we did on lap 8. Let's not crash again. Or lap 9 was it? Whoa! He went again. I was not taking that risk there. Well, I gotta say, this has been more eventful than I expected. I honestly anticipated just disappearing away from the Italian, but it's not happening. And here comes the advantage. Turn 10, bit of a nudge. There goes the inside line. I think he's run it deep. I've got to give full credit to the extreme difficulty AI in this game. Apart from the little bit of a crash a moment ago, of course, it has been extremely close, fun, and somewhat clean racing. I am thoroughly enjoying this one. And Enea Bastianini's not out of this, actually. The beast is on a charge, but we're going to go under brakes! Around the outside. Cleanly done. I think that's it. Pecco, catch me if you can. 0.2 of a second is the split, the gap going into the first split. Can we maintain this lead into the Miller corner? If we do, I would suspect that would be it. does he like on the brakes? Of course, Fabio's braking style significantly different to likes of Bagnaia and Bastianini. There's no leg out, it's much tighter, a bit like Lorenzo, how he used to brake. All foot on the pegs, slamming onto the brakes. Oh! I mean, I got a track limit warning for run off the track there, which is correct, but I lost a lot of time there. A small error cost me more time than I gained. As the Ducati dominance, I mean, look at those bikes on the left-hand side of your screen. Not even just the Ducatis, but European bikes right now dominating MotoGP. 7 of the top 8 are European. And there's just one Japanese bike. And of course, that's us. With Fabio, with the Yamaha. And this is the first time we will lead across the line. Is this the beginning of the end of Pecco Bagnaia's hunt and challenge for the victory in Australia? Even though we chose the soft option tyres, they are feeling tremendous around here. I think they will last the distance. I mean, they do tend to in MotoGP 24, no matter how hard you're pushing. And although I would say I have been pushing, I don't feel like I've really burnt the tyres up. If anything, more on the front tyre, which is indicative, as you can see. But for the rear tyre, I've been very cautious, especially here coming out of Siberia. Watch how the rear tyre wants to really spin up. I do really appreciate riding in the third-person camera for that reason. You can really see how the bike is moving around. Albeit helmet cam, first-person perspective, absolutely terrific, but seeing the bike move just adds an extra layer to me. Really love to see it. See so much more. Of course, it's great for the viewers as well, as we now, for the first time, have flipped the switch on Bagnaia. He led in the early stages over 3 seconds. And now he is down by a second to me. There's nothing you can do about it now. Across the line, back into the 126s. It is the time for the good lap times. Can I improve the lap time one more before the end of this video? I think we have enough time, but should we? Should we risk it all for the sake of one more fast lap time? The challenge will already be done. And we added an extra layer to the challenge by having that track limit or long lap penalty. It would be nice just to get the lap time once again, however. A bit wide there for the Miller corner. One thing that's been in the back of my mind for that Miller corner is, do I downshift to first gear? I'm very tentative about dropping down to the first gear. Of course, in MotoGP 23, it was effectively a death sentence. I'm really still stuck to that feeling. And to my knowledge, not many of the faster riders actually do downshift to first. Only aggressively on the brakes, and then a quick upshift to second, then traverse the corner. And I have tried it in the past. I've downshifted first quite aggressively, and it does slow the bike down. Of course, the engine brake really taking over. But I just don't like how it feels. Could be better for me, but it's really not the end of the world. And does it need to be better when we're leading by 1.3 seconds? If we get too good, the videos will just not be worth doing. And I don't want that to happen. Still consistently into the 126s. This is the moment. 4 laps to go then. And this domination. Well, I think we are going to answer the question. Oh, Bastianini's now through on Bagnaia. So Bagnaia's perfect race from the beginning has slowly faltered. I don't think Bastianini's got anything for us, surely not. The only way I would start to be concerned is if I do see lap times differences. So, for example, if we see that fastest lap change to the advantage of one of the red bikes, then maybe then I would be a little bit concerned. But right now, I don't think anyone is travelling as fast as the Frenchman. The 2021 MotoGP World Champion, Fabio Quartararo, onto that long left-hand of Baluki Heights corner. The gap is increasing. We have done enough today. This will be a stellar victory for the aces, for the viewers, for the ones who wanted this challenge to happen. Of course, if you have any recommendations or a specific challenge you would like me to tackle, be sure to let me know in the comment section down below, or alternatively Instagram or on Discord as well. You can find all the links to those down below. Wow, that was a really good lap time. A 126.151, just 0.2 of a second slower than our fastest lap time of the race, set on lap 6, I want to say? Lap 7? Somewhere around there. I actually didn't really pay attention to when we set the lap. So one thing I'm beginning to feel better on with the Yamaha is to upshift much quicker. Try and avoid that wheelie as much as possible, but gotta say, the Yamaha doesn't wheelie as much as I thought it would. And it doesn't wheelie as much as I remember. So possibly with me using the the Honda in career mode, I think that's where I found that with that being one of the most strongest wheelie bikes in the game, that going over to a bike like this that doesn't wheelie as much, I am finding it better to handle the Japanese motorcycle like this. So onto that long left-hander, hard onto the brakes. Yamaha will be back to winning ways. Flynn Jarvis will be chuffed. Fabio will be pleased. Not entirely sure what Alex Rins is, but I know in my last video, in one of the videos I did at least, he kept popping up as the fastest rider in the race. Just random moments he would set the fastest lap. We aren't going to see that here today, but I am still looking to see if it will change to the blue 42 rather than the blue 20. This is it. 2 more laps. 2 more laps from either improving our lap time, or crashing and burning, or just finishing the race. Nothing to lose at this stage. Well, apart from the entire video. Nothing else to gain, should I say. We've already done what we needed to do. And we are still trending to find improvements, to possibly get another to 125. Lost a little bit of time into the Miller corner, now into Siberia. Steady on that power. Hit the curb, try and avoid the wheelie, and swing it into the right hand side of turn 8. If we're not going to find the improvement here, I should imagine that's it. Yeah, I think that's it. What a performance. 2.5 seconds ahead of Enea Bastianini. What will the gap be to Pecco? Bear in mind, he led this race by 3 seconds earlier on. Might even been more. And now he's behind by more than 3 seconds. That crash has definitely ruined his rhythm or damaged his motorcycle. That's the only explanation I can give you here today. I know in my MotoGP career mode, in the debut race in Qatar, he had a crash and the race red flagged, and when he returned, he was nowhere near as quick. So I would put it down to that. As we do find time in the southern loop on the final lap. Can we do it? Can we improve that lap time again? The only rider to sniff the 125s. A sub 90 second lap time. No, just above the 90 second lap time, should I say. 95 seconds, 96 seconds lap time, something like that. Cracking performance this. 2.3. In fact, Bastianini closed in a bit there. Panic stations. An AS coming. As long as he can find 2.5 seconds in the final split, he's going to get me. Oh my god. Downshift to second gear there, that was detrimental. As long as it didn't go down to first, then that would have been a crash. Well, there it is. The MG corner for the final time of asking. Fabio Quartararo will win again. One more corner to go. Oh, I actually got a track limit warning for that. If I had one more, that would have been the race victory gone. Big wheelie for Fabio. Oh, I couldn't keep it up. It doesn't matter. The only thing that does matter is Fabio Quartararo is a winner once again. So there you are then, guys. Thanks for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed. Like and subscribe. See you in the next one. Ciao for now. Oh, hi. Didn't quite see you there. good to see you're still here. If this video didn't quite sate your appetite, then why not watch some more DrAce content by clicking the video shown on screen now. Furthermore, if you would like to follow me on social media, you can do so now with the links down in the description. Consider subscribing so you don't miss a single DrAce video.